it's been, what, 7 or 8 weeks? And
months.
I'm really glad we're doing this now, but...
I think it still doesn't. I mean, seeing him on that podcast last night, you know, he could walk in the door and it'd just be like normal. He's back. But I think it's beginning to slowly sink in. But I think it's so weird because you can have one day. I woke up this morning and thought, I don't want to do this. You know, I'm not interested. I don't feel like doing this. But you kind of get up and you go. So I think, I don't know, gradually, life is sort of. But I think that was probably another survival thing, is that we both had to very quickly get to grips with the fact that life carries on. Because I remember when he was first diagnosed, and the consultant, he was a bulldog of a doctor, he said, basically, I think you've got 12 years. You know, go and live your life. Thanks. There's the door. And in that sort of first month, that sense of I just wanted to shut the door and just pretend like life had, because it felt like life had stopped, because you're wrapping your head around something that's so, I don't know, life-changing. But once you get to grips with that, then I think each time we went to the hospital, it was a shorter space of time that you went, okay, this is the new status quo. Because he was doing scans, I mean, last year he was scanning every 6 weeks. So 6-7 weeks, the world changed again. So you were having to adjust. So
when you met him, did he already know he had a brain tumour?
No, we met in, I think, the autumn. No, December. We met online when it was weird. We were the ultimate early adopters.
Right, there was because yes, I liked going online, but it was more of a curious kind of.
You were weird.
It was weird. It was weird at that stage.
It was a Christian dating website, wasn't it? Yeah. So you knew you had that faith element already as part of that.
But there was only 4 people on there.
Yeah, exactly.
And they all were weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was on there. Just to say, by the way. It picked up. I met my current boyfriend on there, and it's lovely.
No.
Everyone's on it.
It's normal now.
It's the only place to meet people.
Yeah.
I don't go out after 7 p.m. I'm just going to be honest. And you know, other people have they're married, or where do you meet someone?
Exactly.
Online is great.
Exactly.
Online is great. But yes, so that's where you met.
Yeah.
Gosh, you were lucky to meet him there.
I know.
Because he was so curious. He must have thought, oh, this online dating thing. Very Stu to be so curious.
Exactly. Was he there as Dr. Stuart Farrimond? On there, had he got his doctor in big letters?
Can't even remember.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
No, because he wasn't remotely bothered by that.
He was never like that. I know we all joked about Dr. Stu, and obviously he was Dr. Stu in my house. So I've always called him Dr. Stu. My kids called him Dr. Stu.
We call him Dr. Stu.
Just Dr. Stu, but
he's very good looking. I mean, you know, there's this idea of, you know, in those days, I mean, you two were lucky to find each other on there, because really, it was quite hard to meet someone online as early adopters.
Yeah.
And I was on there because I was so nosy. I was like, men and shopping, wonderful. You were so lucky to meet each other.
Yeah, we were. I think the problem, so I remember phoning one of my sisters-in-law up and going, I've met this guy, he's a doctor. And she starts screaming down the phone going, he's a doctor!
Oh, that's hilarious.
I didn't give a hoot, you know. So I think he probably liked the fact that I wasn't remotely bothered by the fact he was a doctor. And I think I was more interested in whether he played heavy metal to his patients, because that was more interesting. So yeah, we got together, I think in the January, and then by the autumn we were engaged or something like that. I remember, it's quite quick.
When was your MS diagnosis? Was that before the brain tumour diagnosis?
He got, it just melts into one. He got diagnosed in the first year of our marriage, and then I think 6 months later I got diagnosed with MS.
I didn't know you had MS.
I do indeed, yes. Yeah, that was, you develop a black sense of humour quite quickly, I think.
And this is the thing, like, so Emma and I had met during Grace maybe 3 or 4 times, had broken bread with them, you know, church and stuff, a good few times before either of them mentioned, oh yeah, by the way, I've got MS and he's got a terminal brain tumour. And that's the thing, they never, without being too cliche, because we've talked about this before, but it was never a central thing for either of you. It's never been part of a relationship. It's always been in the back of my mind that, like, I'm not going to have my friend forever.
Yeah.
But it didn't really change any aspect of our relationship. And
I think I always struggle with people and I never want to be that. I mean, I understand that's a coping mechanism for some people, but I don't want to introduce myself as Grace Farrimond and I've got MS. You know, it's like that's like forefront in your mind.
It's a bit awkward at the start, isn't it? Yeah.
But I've met people like that, and I understand that as a coping mechanism. But for me, I'm more interested in your garden, the fact you've got tomatoes that haven't died.
Right. I'd
There you
rather
go.
be defined by that.
Quite.
Absolutely.
You'll go up in my estimation because you have tomatoes that
Thank
are
you
not
so much.
dead and you haven't watered
I
them.
know.
So,
I might have a strawberry. I can see
well,
one. I can
darling,
see one
you're
strawberry.
ahead of me.